All right. Hello, hello. Who is here? Who is ready to play to win? That's what we're going to do today, and we're going to learn a little bit about it. I know if you showed up today and you've been showing up to these boot camps that you are in it to win it, right? You are ready to play to win. Well, let's talk a little bit about this process. Um, I want to talk to you about what it means to win, not just hope that we win, but actually win, right? We want our business to grow. We want to watch other people succeed. We want to succeed. Winning requires us to make a decision, right? A decision. We have to develop a plan. We have to prepare ourselves, and then we have to step into play to win. Well, let's start with decide to win, right? I remember years ago when I first started and I was talking with like a family member. I'm like, no. She was like, oh, those things are just a dream. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna earn, back then it was like $800. That's what I thought my student loan bill would be, but it actually ended up being over $1,000. And if we have never met before, my name is Mary Stark Carter. I'm a diamond with Young Living, and my whole team, our biggest sales month was 1.5 million. But way back when, I had a dream just to earn $800 a month. I surpassed that in about 18 months, making $1,000 commission check, and it was just upwards and onwards to there since then. But I remember that person and I was like, no, I'm going to do this. And I wrote down my decision. I wrote a letter to all my family members at Christmas telling them what I was doing, and I was excited about it and what I had decided to actually use this as a tool to be able to pay my monthly student loan. So I had a vision of where I was going. Do you have a vision? Right? If you don't have that vision or that why, I encourage you to use that power of five why program, the bot that we have, work with your upline, get some coaching, and get really clear about where you are going, right? What is it that you want? We really need to have a very clear why vision so that we can decide to go ahead and do this. Once you've decided, I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond, I want to help 11 of my family members be able to lose weight. I want to help 1,000 people in my community, right? That's a decision that you make. I want you to declare that with your mouth, because when we declare something with our mouth, I don't want you to go to the plan yet. I want you to declare and decide, right? You've decided. Now you're going to declare it with your mouth so that you're hearing this day in and day out. And I'm going to talk about that even a little bit later. One of the places we get stuck in this area in particular is that we think, oh, I got to figure it out before I set the goal, right? Before I get clear about the goal. But that's not where we want to do. We actually want to make that decision and we want to declare it first. Want to put it out there, right? And let ourselves know and do that. But who are we going to tell our goals to, right? Probably in this community is a great place to do that. Sometimes sharing our big dreams with people who have small dreams isn't always the best idea. So I'll just give you that little tip as well. So goals really matter. They matter because it is what ties you down. So once you've decided where you're going, now the plan comes in, right? Once you have a solid foundation, you know where you're going. A goal without a plan can easily become something we keep talking about but never accomplish. A goal identifies the destination. Your plan becomes the roadmap, right? Which tells you the steps to get. Speaking of which, of course, our power of five is a tool or a plan to get where you want to go. So you see in the beginning, right, we really have you clarify where do you want to go so that we can say, okay, we can look at the income disclosure agreement and say, okay, it looks like you need the rank promotion of silver or the rank promotion of gold or diamond, right? We can clearly show you where you're going and help you develop the plan. So you want to decide on a chosen proven plan. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, I have an idea to do this," or wait, is it proven? Is it proven with people in Young Living? right? And brand partners, have they had success? And we have 5 different paths that you can take in our Power 5 program, and all proven plans as well. So always make that. And it helps us decide what I should do today, right? Here's the plan. Here's the 5 tasks. That's what we do today. And I love this. Task 1, 2, 3. We currently are watching Susan Lloyd launched her business in January, and she chose the gatherings, one-on-ones, different things. She tried vendor events for a while, but didn't have great success at that and switched to do gatherings. And she has followed the plan. She has had approximately 22 people in her team. She's had 2 promotions so far, 2 rank promotions, and she's had 2 of her brand partners have rank promotions too. So how cool is that, right? The plan works. This is a proven plan. And you know what to do for those 10 minutes, what task that you're on. All right. So I'm going to keep going on here. Now it's time to prepare to win, right? Once you've had the clear plan, it helps you from drifting. Your plan gives you've decided, you've got the plan. Now it's time to prepare to win. Once preparation is where many goals are either strengthened or lost. And I'll tell you why. Think about it in the weight loss world, right? I've been coaching that for a lot of years, been through that. I know it is. If I do not prepare my meal plan for the week, if I don't have prepared meats and veggies and things in the fridge, right? If I haven't ordered my meal delivery service or my Instacart or whatever it is, or the groceries, I am not going to be as successful as if I have prepared, right? The same is true in your brand partnership. In your brand partnership, you want to prepare by, even in the beginning, like having discussions with your family, outsourcing some things. And honestly, sometimes you need to let go of things. Maybe it's the TV shows, maybe it's all those things, but you want to be prepared to work in your business, okay? You want to know when you're working. You want to have a good time management, all of those things. Um, Life is always going to happen. There's going to be things that happen that, oh goodness, I didn't get to this. So I always encourage people to have a minimum viable day. I know we have other videos on that too. Like, what's the least amount I can do in today, or the least amount I could do this week? Or sometimes you have seasons of that too, right? Or you might need to get help with your business. All of those things. So, um, preparing also, do not wait for the opportunity to come. That opportunity comes to become the person capable of handling it. Become ready now. What does that mean? Do not wait until the opportunity comes to become the person capable of handling it. Become ready now. One of the things is, when you're doing home gatherings, you can practice your script. You can practice what you're going to say. You can practice your setups. You can practice using the bots. That's really important. Preparing by using the tools ahead of time, or just consistently, right, is very important as well. You need to prepare by learning your story and learning how to share a story, how to share a 30-second story, how to share a 1-minute business story, right? You need to do that. You need to develop strong habits. You need to prepare your body physically and emotionally and all the things, because you need to prepare when somebody says no, or somebody says yes, right? You need to make sure that you're emotionally regulated, that you can do this for the long haul as well. All right, so we talked about practicing your story, improving like invitations, follow up, connecting with people on social media. Practice, if you're using social media, practice making posts or reels or all those things. All of that can help. But once you're there, we still have to play to win. Playing to win means we stop waiting and begin taking bold, intentional actions. It means doing something every day that moves us towards the goal. It means refusing to let rejection or slow results stop us. It means developing consistency instead of relying on only motivation. Super important. It means developing, if you want to play to win, you've got to be consistent, right? Huge, huge. Um, it says staying focused on the vision. Players, if you want to play to win, you need to be declaring where you're going every day. You need to be seeing it. Hopefully, you've got it posted or a vision board or all those things that I'm looking at it. I'm saying it. I'm looking at this. I am playing to win. I am focused, right? If you want to play to win, you're focused. Um, all of those things that are so, so important. Playing to win means refusing to quit, right? Even when it's hard. You are a winner. It means staying committed to the vision, following the plan, continuing to prepare, and taking the right actions. So, I'm going to ask you, do you have your vision, right? Have you gone through the why? Do you have a strong goal? What goal have you decided to pursue? What are you declaring? What goals are you declaring over yourself? And if you haven't done that, start doing that. What path, what proven path will you take, right? How are you preparing yourself in your life, right? Or maybe you're preparing that you do nap time every day, or when the kids are taking a nap, you're working, or you are getting everybody to bed by 8 o'clock every night so you can get an hour or two in before of your workday in. Are you preparing at work? Maybe taking your 30-minute lunch break or hour lunch break to work in your Young Living business, right? Are you preparing? So, friends, we need to decide to win. We need to make a plan. We need to prepare ourselves. And then we need to step in on the field to play to win. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your boot camp.